down to 4. And that'll do it. Jefferson with the last run of the ball game. And the final score, West Virginia beats Georgia State 41-7. Mike Holmes is going to catch up with head coach Trent Miles here in just a moment. Coach Miles and Dana Holgorsen, the head coach of West Virginia, shaking hands.
Rick,
We'll get with Coach Miles and Mike Holmes here in just a second. Quickly down to Mike Holmes now, standing by with Coach Trent Miles. Mike.
Thanks, Dave. Coach, at halftime you talked about penalties and how they hurt you in the first half. It seemed to hurt you in the second half again.
Hey, take care of you guys. The penalties wasn't what caught us. We beat ourselves. We missed some tackles. We left the defense on the field too long. You know, we put ourselves there. Yeah, the penalties hurt us because they put us in. Hey, go get those guys. Everyone's going in there. Get back out of here.
Hold on one sec, Dave.
Penalties, yeah, they hurt us because they put us behind the 8 ball. You know, you can't have 2nd and 15 or 3rd and 16 or 1st and 15. That killed us. But we're going to go watch this film, and you're going to see what we hurt ourselves. You know, we were in the game and competing at a high level, and we beat ourselves. We had guys come out of their gaps, had safeties not cover where they're supposed to be covering in the middle of the field. You know, we had guys making mistakes on the offensive side. You know, we did some things, but we're not happy with the result. And I don't buy into the fact that everybody should be slapping us on the back because we competed hard. That's the loser mentality, and people better lose that. You know, it's the fact that we hurt ourselves today in numerous situations, and then you cough up the football. You know, we were a couple times we didn't pump the ball the way we're supposed to. Sometimes we did, and it was excellent. You know, my hat's off to him on some of them. But there were things that we did that really hurt ourselves. And giving up a sack, you know, when the back's supposed to stay in and protect. Just those things that beat yourself. It's already uphill enough playing a Big 12 team on the road. You can't do anything to hurt yourself, and we did that. And hence the end of the game. You know, that's why the score is the way it is.
You talked a lot about leadership this week. Did you see improved leadership despite the mistakes on the field?
Well, yeah, I saw improved leadership, but again, you know, improved for what? You know, there's some things we really got to work at. I'm proud of the guys, you know, but if I've got to talk about being proud of the effort, you know, then we've got a lot of issues. You know, the effort should be a given. Every weekend should be a given. And if we can get them to produce with the effort, now instead of we cut out the things, self-inflicted wounds, then we'll be able to take a step forward and be in position to try to win a game in the fourth quarter.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
I want to thank Mike Holmes. Thanks to Coach Trent Miles as well as he makes his way towards the locker room. 41-7 the final score here in Morgantown, West Virginia. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout. This is a 2-minute break. We'll get back with our Panther postgame show after this on the Georgia State Football Radio.
Great attitude, continue to fight, continue to show up to practice, you know, attentive in meetings. So, you know, that's what you want, and he showed why he should be the guy out there.
Let's take a look at the final statistics in this game. A 41-7 victory for the West Virginia Mountaineers. The rushing yards, they really kind of got that rushing total up as the game wore on. They kind of ground down Georgia State. 245 rushing yards to 136 for Georgia State. We figured the passing yardage would be lopsided. It was 359 to 84. 604 total yards of offense for West Virginia. You see the offensive, the first downs, the average yards per play, and time of possession as well. Again, that was slanted in favor of Georgia State in the first half. West Virginia really kind of putting their foot down in the second half and dominating this game. And again, something to build upon. But as Dana Holgorsen said, Rashid, it's going to get tougher next week when they take on Maryland in Baltimore.
It's going to get a lot tougher, and these guys are going to have to tighten up. Like I said, it could be a long week of practice. These guys are going to have to step it up, work a little bit harder, you know, and strain a little bit more because it's not going to get any easier from here on out.
So perhaps a changing of the guard for West Virginia. Ford Childress, the redshirt freshman quarterback, comes in, sets a freshman single-game passing record for the Mountaineers and leads them to the 41-7 victory over Georgia State.